This is Blockchain Economy Expo Dubai, Expo 2020, and today Relictum is here. Relictum is sponsor, Relictum is exhibitor, and Alexander Strigin, CTO of Relictum Pro, is speaker today. So, what's going on here? Let's go, I will show you. There is different interesting stands and NFT gallery, and of course Relictum stand. Here is Relictum NFT touch panel, and we can see here all about Relictum, all size, node, and different details. And here is Relictum stand. So, what we are showing here? Let's ask about CTO Relictum Pro Alexander Strigin, and he will tell us, okay? Today you are speaker. What your speech about?
My speech was about our project Relictum Pro, about our Relictum NFT marketplace. So I just try to tell a little story for our Arabian colleges and our Arabian and partners from all over the world about our project.
We want to attract transactions and blockchain users to our ecosystem. And today, NFT, it is not only I'm using pictures for millions of dollars, it's direction like NFT appeared long before it, and it began from not I'm using pictures, but from understandable each other digital items. And our company have studied, have learned experience of all existing projects in NFT industry, and have created and taken best of them, and have created optimal for structure and cross-chain interoperability token like Relictum non-fungible token. And not only token and marketplace. So you may create token through our node.
So what we are presenting?
So we present first of all our ecosystem. We present all our products like on Blockchain Live. And of course, today we present our NFT. Too many Pakistani and Indian developers come to us today and trying to know a little bit about our NFT standard and NFT SDK to create their own marketplace and start selling or purchasing some NFT.
The Relictum design is about the professional community that can earn the adding money from the selling of the arts. So in that way, designers can make art without buyer.
If you want to find something special to design project, welcome to Relictum NFT Design.
Yeah.
After that exhibition, what do you know about other people, about other companies?
I feel some relaxed. I feel some relaxed because this weather, this good wines, so many attractive people, everybody laugh and smile. So yes, I feel positive emotions.
I wanted to tell you that Relictum Pro is the best company in that exhibition. The most technology, the most innovations, and really blockchain technology. I totally impressed when you told that we are not concept.
Yes.
We are today, we are work today. And all people who was here, so everyone asked us, really? It's true? Are you working? Really? Free transactions? And I'm totally impressed about it, about us, and thank you so much that you are here, that Relictum's team here. Welcome to our stand, welcome to all events where are you.
Perfect. Thank you. I see a lot of plus signs. Hello, everyone. And as tradition goes, now we are broadcasting yet another Ask Live program where we're going to be answering incoming questions from users by satisfying them with hopefully constructive answers. Today, I'm joined by my colleague, Roman. Hello, Roman. Hello, Vitaly. In fact, I suggest you find a comfortable seat, make yourself comfortable, and without further ado, we'll start with the first question. Quite a while ago, you announced development of major projects like you were going to buy some investment shares and real estate based on your blockchain. Could you share some insight on the prospects of the pilot projects based on our blockchain with external partners, not internal projects of Relictum or products of Relictum? Are there any scale-up projects or other directions that we are working on? In fact, this is a very good question. I can share some insights about this. For instance, now we are cooperating with the project Sectarians. I guess you can easily Google it and find it in the internet. Out of major projects that are under development now is P2P platform. Perhaps some people know this. It's on Binance, on Bybit, on many other platforms, centralized platforms. There is such a thing as peer-to-peer trading. In other words, you'll be able to buy or sell cryptocurrency with the use of a node and with the use of any payment means that the users can negotiate about. What benefits does it provide? First of all, it increases the volume of transactions within the network. This is number one. Secondly, it's very good for the end users because in such cases, the commission or fee or interest rate or the difference between prices and between different platforms is much lower if compared to buying it by a card and paying 5%, 6%, 7% for the acquiring services, or other way around. If you want to, say, sell your cryptocurrency, that option provides you a much more beneficial opportunity to sell it. So basically, it increases decentralization, and in that respect, Relictum will serve as a guarantor of the security of the transaction. And out of a large-scale major projects, we are working with sidechain. I guess I'll talk more about it a bit later, meaning I'm going to give you further detail about it. Vitaly, over to you. Yes, thank you, Roma. Very interesting insight. Moving on, next question. You just touched upon bridge space. Tell us more about the bridge space, or Most Cosmos as it is in Russian. What is it technically for us, and how are we going to attract the Cosmos audience to our blockchain? Those people who are following up the news about cryptocurrency over the past 2 weeks might be aware that even Ripple, XRP coin, who are completing their development cycle for also Space Bridge, even such a large company as Ripple, also have decided to make the same step. What is it for? We're not the only in the industry. All the trends in the industry are well known and understood. The main trend is interoperability. What I mean here is that when one blockchain could use all the benefits of smart contracts and others in other blockchains, It is well known that now the most popular smart contract accompanied blockchain is Ether's blockchain. And many guys are trying to lure the audience of such users of such applications who use smart contracts on Ethers to their ecosystems by offering them all sorts of additional benefits, such as speed of transaction, the low price of transaction, and so on. Technically speaking, it looks like a side chain. That's why it's called bridge. Many people can say, why don't you connect or add on a virtual machine of Ether and interact with them directly? I can tell you why. Because if we do not do it via bridge, but directly, then we'll stop being a separate blockchain. In other words, we'll simply be forcefully merged into an environment of lower level decision making in a big Ether community. But by using such space bridge as side chain, we remain to be unique, and we can offer much more beneficial conditions for, say, smart contract users and other decentralized application users within our network by setting up our own rules and, in principle, by dictating our own rules in our blockchain. Why? An experience of Ripple is interesting here because, clearly enough, Ripple is an old, proven technology and the works. But if major players are doing the same thing without even announcing their plans for it, then it means that if we do the same, we're moving in the right direction. And as far as the community is concerned, as soon as we have such a bridge in place and the technical possibility to deploy different smart contracts like Ether smart contract within our network, then could be all sorts of life label products and I don't know, DEX, non-DEX, formula, other things. And as soon as we have such an opportunity, technically, when we will be able to offer a ready-to-use packaged product, then we'll look at the reaction of the community and we'll try to facilitate their transition to Relictum to make it quicker, easier for them. In fact, we'll have more opportunities like that. Hopefully I've answered this question, Vitaly. Is there anything to add? You know, you have mentioned Ripple, and quite recently, together with my colleague Alexander, I discussed it, and he asked me this question, you know, what is the Ripple effect? I said, well, I have a general idea. He said, have you ever entered the Ripple webpage? Have you read their white paper? Do you know their technical description and so on? I said, well, I have superficially studied it because I'm specializing in this field, but 99 people out of 100 don't do this, but they know about Ripple. Everybody's talking about Ripple, but they don't know specifics. So basically what we arrived at, the conclusion, we would love to see such a ripple effect in our project as well, so that people would talk about our project, our GTN token, everywhere we could be saying without even knowing details and everything. In fact, you know, it's there is a flip side to that ripple effect, because initially they positioned themselves as a technology to do cross-border payments. In other words, they initially positioned themselves as a competitor for the centralized banking system like SWIFT system and all the exchange rate changes and their XRP coin were 90% related to their SEC representatives' discussions and negotiations. It's just a precedent that the history of international law had no precedence about. That's why it attracted so much attention. And I believe many people, that's why many people know what XRP coin, that it exists without really knowing what technology stands behind this. Of course, there are people who know or have much better idea what it is all about. They download wallets and enter their web pages, but mostly it's all about hype. For instance, somebody's hyping, let's support them, and they buy it. SEC said that it's all bad, let's sell all of it to drop the exchange rate. On the one hand, it's a technology. On the other, it's highly manipulative, hype-based. Usually, business is not conducted like this. That's what I think about it. Recently, about a month ago, I read the news feed that Ripple has all the chance to win SEC litigation by proving that they're right. Of course, they're manipulating the consciousness of investors. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Let's buy up because of one single piece of news supported by internet, for instance. Yes, I agree. Okay, moving on. Next question. What social media can be best to promote information about GT tokens? How active are you with the promotion of your product? Thank you. See, as far as social media concerned, for cryptocurrency, usually, most recently, the most important social media is Twitter or YouTube. As far as Telegram is concerned, it is less popular in that regard because it's good for the communication between communities. And for us, it is important to be active in Twitter. Now we're facilitating some activities with the official account of our CEO. On the YouTube, of course, aside from Ask Live, we organize different interviews, both with Russian-speaking influencers and English-speaking influencers. In fact, we carry forward some information about Relictum and general blockchain technologies, because as many people are saying, cryptocurrency now is experiencing some difficult times, but the blockchain technology is the best, and it's going to survive and develop and move forward by making further progress. And we, as blockchain developers, support this idea, and we make sure that the blockchain technology carves its well-deserved niche in our lives and our minds. We making small steps forward for the general adoption of this new technology. As far as the promotion is concerned, as I mentioned, we do interviews. Also, we are going to do banner advertisement. And we're going to communicate with opinion leaders, of course, opinion makers, and there will be more activities like that. So these are our immediate plans. Great. And our community, for our community, it would be great to support our coin via LBank channels. That's right. It is indeed important because they are our partner, and they have a large community as well. And if we could make waves there as well, somehow we'll be able to influence the decision of new people to support our coin. Moving on, next question. When iOS users will be able to update the node to the most recent version? Most recent version is 1.40.7. In fact, it was a very good question. We have re-channeled it to our tech support team, and they promised that very soon they're going to roll out iOS support to the most recent version. Update to the most recent version. Okay, next question. Based on the IBC summit results, are you planning to start any new partnerships? If yes, then with whom and in what direction? Look, we have discussed partnership opportunities mostly with the companies specializing on crypto payments. It includes crypto acquiring and P2P. Partnership in terms of what? In terms of acceptance of our stablecoin as a means of payment. We also work on such activities as the procurement of cryptocurrency using fiat money. There are many companies who offer similar services now, but none of them, virtually none of them, are working with the Russian bank cards, which is creating certain problems for Russian users. That's why we have switched over to P2P without ceasing to look for on-ramp and off-ramp options. We have added here P2P, and we have started developing in this direction more seriously because we consider it a very promising direction, and eventually we'll have a 100% partnership. Just follow our newsfeed and our social media. We always try to keep you up to date. Super. Great. Next question. Are there plans for futures trade in GTN? Look, anyway, futures trade, any derivatives to the main asset is always a great subject matter for discussion. Now, there is no futures trade supported by L Bank because this is the first exchange where we are listed. We take everything they can offer, so they cannot offer futures as an opportunity. If we find something else and some other additional benefits like futures trade in GTN, of course, we're going to deploy it as soon as possible. We're all for it, but there is no possibility to organize it as yet. Okay, next question. Nikolai Sipenko, when is he going to be back? If you don't mind, I will answer this question. Yes, go ahead. Nikolai, our colleague, has decided to do individual projects and move on. So he has decided to move on parallel to the Relictum project. I personally can add words of gratitude to Nikolai for the work well done. I enjoyed working with him. There's no way I can badmouth him. I'm sure he is not going to badmouth us. This is life. People move on, making progress. We also move on, and he moves on. Okay, let's move on to next question. Are there plans to add to the node XRP daughter ADA? Yes, we do have such plans. And we make progress on this. So, but these are only plans and the current activities. As soon as initial results will be ready, we'll report about them in our social media. Yes, I just wanted to add that, in fact, the development of our client, or rather Relictum node wallet is one of the priorities for us, because especially against the background of the news that you can read about the crypto market, that the centralized, let's call them resources or exchanges, go bankrupt, something is scammed, and users recently are facing a real challenge on how to ensure a safe storage of their assets, safekeeping of their assets. And as long as users are keeping their assets in different currencies, not only USDT, Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, we are actively promoting our services here as well. And we're going to add new currencies and new networks into our wallet to make sure that our users are provided with the safest possible safekeeping for their currency. Next, we have a bit of news to share with you. Always in Ask Live, we use this Ask Lives to share good news with the users. And for that, we even have a question from our users. Are there expectations to reduce the commission for the packaging of tokens, because the 2% commission looks too much? Well, you have started it, you continue. Okay, thank you. Yes, indeed, we are going to reduce our commission for the wrapping of tokens down to 0.02%. And more detailed information will be provided right after today's Ask Live, and it will be posted in our Telegram channel or other social media that you're following. Next. After FTX crash, investors are quickly withdrawing BTC from centralized exchanges. That's what I was commenting on in the previous question. When DEX is going to be rolled out in full? As you have just mentioned, we have reduced our commission, which should be more attractive for the potential clients. Well, you can consider it as step number one to attract new volumes, new amounts, new technologies. On the other hand, aside from other things, one will prepare a bridge, space bridge as we call it, and one will be able to integrate ourselves into the Ether's smart contracts and all other applications. Then we expect increase in the volume and the number of projects that are going to generate both commissions and revenues. In principle, we have started with a reduction of the commission size and will continue working in the same direction. Super. Next question. I was thinking I've invented something smart. Why don't you buy directly from the card by a node, by adding Visa, MasterCard, minimum virtual, and maybe a real card would also be possible. Well, that returns us to one of the previous questions, why we have started negotiations on crypto payments and P2P. Now we are studying all potential options to provide an opportunity to Russian Federation citizens to use whatever financial means are made available to them to do crypto exchange, or even maybe to the crypto arbitration in any case. And our experience and analysis demonstrates that P2P is much more beneficial for the end user than integration of any crypto provider who will simply take exorbitant commission for sending you cryptocurrency channeled via Visa or MasterCard. Now, there is 4 to 6% commission levied for such an acquiring, but this is for the cards which are not issued for the Russian Federation. But if we want to work with the Russian Federation cards, you can do it via P2P. The percentage would be much lower, around 1% from the current value or commission on the market. And in fact, you can agree on any other more convenient form of payment, both for the buyer and the seller. Now, I repeat once again, everybody's talking about crypto arbitration, and many guys were doing this at the Binance and other things. We also want to get a piece of this market by providing people with a convenient opportunity to do this using any kind of device, mobile phone or PC or whatever. Anyway, the idea of a crypto or fiat sluice in a node is a very good, cool idea. Thank you very much for sharing such an idea with us. Super. Next question. Is Relictum going to switch over to a different programming language? Well, the question is about the need for the transition, because the transition must follow a goal or objective of some sort. Usually blockchains are developed using such languages as C++, Haskell, and others. As long as we have decided to integrate ourselves with the space and or cosmos, and our developers are already working on this, as long as cosmos or space uses GoLang language, we will be forced as a result to follow such standards as well. First of all, it will be more convenient in terms of the integration. It will be simpler without using any transition bridges to be integrated with the other blockchains in the Cosmos Hub. Basically, it's already a reference language in the industry that creates more opportunities for the developers. Thus, we untie their hands. So to answer your question, I would say that we are not going to do full 100% transition, but we are going to use different languages for the integration with other blockchains and projects. Yes, we're going to use other languages. Super, very good. Next question. Are you going to organize hackathons? Very good question, because I've always been a big advocate of hackathons that can be used to attract smart brains to the project. Next year, we're going to do online hackathons. And actually, we're going to do them for both developers and for people with active living position. Like, we are going to do some kind of brainstorm to develop some conceptual strategic solutions for the project, or something directed at finding a solution to practical tasks like marketing, development strategy, finding new partners, other things. We find it important to understand the real feelings of people, understand their feedback, and use their expertise, and to attract people from different spheres of life. In this manner, we shall have a much broader understanding of the development concept. We'll have a better understanding of the existing challenges. And anyway, we're always happy to receive any kind of input from users. And we're looking forward to acquiring your expertise as well. Very good. Moving on. What other promotional announcements are planned for our blockchain? What bloggers are going to be used for that? How are you going to promote Relictum? I've already mentioned this. I will reiterate that we are working now with the influencers via YouTube. In the YouTube channel, in December, we'll have a number of interviews together with Alexander Strygin, both in English and in Russian. You understand that the industry is living through troubled times. Bloggers and YouTubers have less assignments to perform, but as a result, we're going to communicate with all of them. We have very ambitious plans about this. We'll be talking about blockchain in general and Relictum blockchain, and about the general situation on the cryptocurrency market and the general blockchain industry. We're going to make progress again via Twitter, YouTube, and any other activities and promotions and campaigns and banners in cooperation with Albank. We have some activities left to do with them as well. Actually, everything will be reflected in our social media. Vitaly, very good. Next question. Hello. White Pepper 20 is very good, but we don't understand about white notes. In what way are you going to award them, and how frequently are you going to award them? Or is it going to be done once a year only? It's a very good question indeed, and we are aware that there are some deficiencies in the existing financial model of the system. Now we're working on the development of an updated system, which is going to build on levying a commission. This way, all the awards and royalties will be more freely distributed. And anyway, very soon, we are going to share this new awarding concept with you. Very good. Next question. Hello. What station are we at based on the current roadmap? What are your further plans? We open up the roadmap, look at the fourth quarter, and whatever is described in the fourth quarter is ongoing at this moment in time in terms of projects under development and other things. Actually, we have developed a plan and we stick to it and stay committed to it completely. We have optimized our resources in such a way that we can move in full accordance with the planned activities in our roadmap. Super. And the last question for today's Ask Live: what new applications are planned for the immediate future that we would be able to test? I will answer this question. Today in the morning, I have received a new version updated node for testers, and the testing strategy. In other words, our DEX has been updated, and some things in the DEX can be tested. Today, I'm planning to do exactly that and to provide it to our favorite and highly experienced community of testers who specialize on testing the DEX products based on the suggested scenario. Actually, that was all we had to discuss today. Thank you, Roman, for this interview, for this Ask Live broadcast. Thanks. Thank you for your time. I hope the information we have shared with you was useful. Once again, I would urge you to follow our updates via social media, ask us questions, and we'll always answer them. See you next time. Thank you for your support. Yes, don't forget to give us thumbs up, give us likes, write to us in social media, write comments. See you next time in other Ask Lives.